this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. While everybody else is potting and repotting bonsai, I'm going to do something different, and there's a reason. Let me just move the camera, we're working down here, so I'll just lower the camera down so you can sort of see what's going on. Right, those who have been with the channel a bit and have seen me talk about all of my bonsai, these two black pines, one's a Japanese black pine, one's an Austrian black pine, and I can't even remember which is which because I've so lost interest in these two trees. I was borderline just throwing them away because I don't know what to do with them. I haven't got the time or the patience to wait the length of time it's going to take to get something good from these trees. That's not how I see bonsai. And also at my age, there aren't enough years left. This is a young person's pair of trees. So what am I doing then? Well, we'll put that one to one side. First thing we're doing is getting this out of its pot. Oh, we've got some active roots in there. I'm going to take the moss off. Serves no purpose. And that leaves a relatively tidy root ball. I'll take a bit of that soil off the bottom of the root ball because oh no, there are roots in there. I'll leave it. So that's one, and then this one is wired in what is a good pot, so we will take it out. Just cut the wires, those should pull through okay. One. And there's two. Wildlife. And then this is coming out of its pot by hook or by crook. I'm going to try and do it gently so that most of the root ball comes out, hopefully intact. But I don't know how good the roots are on this. A lot of the soil's coming off. Typical, isn't it? The only thing that the roots can grab hold of is the little pieces of wire that cover the holes up, which they happen to have done. Ooh, there's actually some quite good roots there. So let me just get something to dry my hands off with, or just wipe them clean, and then we can look at what we're up to. The first thing we're up to is putting the roots in a bag. The reason they're going in a bag, stop them drying out, and to stop the media going all over the place. So I'll put some tape around that. One. The other one's got quite a compact root ball, so it's not too bad. But again, we'll put it in a bag, stop it drying out, and carefully put that bag around the base because there's branches at the very base of that one, which we don't want to damage. So that's that bit done. Now we get that out of the way. Stay. And we get their new home. If you can't decide what to do with the tree, get rid of it. So they have been got rid of, and they are going to Gavin at Not Another Bonsai Channel. He's had a tree from me before, I believe. So it's basically a process now of actually getting some padding so that the trees themselves don't get knocked about. This is very stiff paper. It works very well at stopping things moving around because it's stiff. Newspaper will do it. Now, by hook or by crook, these are going in the box. This one roots in the corner and it fits. Only just, but it fits. And then the other one hopefully can go in the other corner and go across the top of this one. Something like that. I reckon that'll be okay. It's just a matter of stopping them moving. And once the lids are shut, they're not going to go anywhere. Not like they're heavy, so they're not going to bang around to any great extent. So I'm just filling up the gaps now. And if the paper sticks up enough that when I close the lid it's touching the lid, that locks everything in place basically. Right, so that's that. I will put, oh, I don't need that for anything else, let's just use it. Just put that over the top as a cushion. Tuck that down in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need some tape. I'm not putting a letter inside or anything. Gavin knows who it's from and knows what it is. And we've agreed a price which will be paid into my PayPal account as soon as Gavin gets the details. Can't tell him how much it's going to be. We've agreed on the price of 2 trees, but I won't know how much the postage is until I've taken it to the post office, because they have to weigh it and all that sort of stuff, don't they? That, and I'll put some along this edge as well, just for security. Trouble is with the, this is going via Royal Mail. I can't be doing with couriers and stuff like that. So it'll just go to the post office. They'll weigh it, tell me how much, and then I'll email Gavin and. Push the money across into my PayPal account. Quite honestly, I thought about it afterwards. The deed is done, the deal's done, and I don't go back on such things. But I had a look at what I had to pay for these two, and Gavin is getting them incredibly cheap. They're a little bit bigger than in my mind's eye, but hopefully they're going to someone who can do something sensible with them, which I can't. As I've said, there's a bother factor and I can't be. They just don't look at me and say, here is a bonsai tree in here somewhere. They just look at me and say, here is a stick in a pot. And you can add a couple of years onto that and I still don't see anything other than a stick in a pot. Right, that's ready to go. There's very little weight there. The only weight, strictly speaking, is the fact that, it's alright. Good job I turned that upside down. That's still got the previous label on it from when it was delivered to me. We'll have to get that off. It's got my address on it. We don't want it sent to me, do we? That's the last thing we want. Why I turned that over was I was just going to put a bit of tape along the other edges. Just again to make sure it's sealed up nicely. I'll just put some more along here. Well, that's good. You can turn the box over and over and you can't hear anything moving around. This is a good sign that everything is nice and comfortable inside the pot. Right, so I'll have to print an address label off, and then whereas my little local post office was just round the corner, about a 6-minute walk away, 5 minutes if I put the boot down, that post office has closed down because it didn't make enough money. So to go to the post office now, I've actually got to get in the car and drive. So it's not as eco-friendly as it used to be. I used to walk to the post office and the little local shop that went with it. Well, the local shop's still there, but the post office has gone. So it's a 2-mile drive to the post office now. So there we go. 2 trees to go to Gavin. I hope he does something good with them. He says he has ideas. This is good, because I didn't. And there's no point in me hanging on to these trees, looking at them, wondering what to do. I'm not going to get the inspiration. They've had long enough. So let somebody else have a go. And I hope you enjoy them, Gavin. I will go to the post office today, Monday. And I'll email you when it's done, when I've got the overall cost. And hopefully you should get them in the next couple of days. They are moist at the roots. It's not freezing cold at the moment, and it's not boiling hot. They'll be fine in there. If you think about it, when somebody imports trees from the likes of Japan, they go in a container and come over on a ship. They're in the dark for weeks on end, and they come out the other end okay. So a couple of days in a box in the UK is not going to do them any harm. So anyway, that's that. Next bonsai video, I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be a repot. I've twisted my back and injured my back, so I'm limited to what I can do, and I can't do anything that involves heavy lifting. And the problem is with the repotting for my bonsai, my grit is out the front in the carport. Basically I lifted it out of the car, had a chat about it, used some language because my back hurts so much, and I just put the bags back down out there. So my grit's out the front. My compost that did my back right in, lifting that in and out of the car, is in here. That's as far as I could get with it. And the rest of the stuff's down in the shed. So my repotting materials are all over the place, and my back is certainly not repaired enough yet to be starting to lift heavy bags of media around. So it's sort of on hold. And if I miss my chance to repot things this year, then so be it, because there is a window there that has a limited lifespan. If I don't repot my Shoujo maple, I shall be disappointed, but that is incredibly heavy. I'm not attempting to play with that, because it's not just lifting it to move it, to get it where I want it. It's lifting it, turning it over. It's just not worth the risk. Backs are funny things, and when they play up, you need to be very careful, basically, which is what I'm trying to do at the moment. So anyway, I shall get these underway, and see you next time. Thanks for dropping by.